Coming up next on the Season 14 premiere of Making Moves, JTA launches the First Coast Flyer Orange Line, the fourth and final section of its bus rapid transit system.
Without these types of opportunities for our students and the riders that utilize our facilities, we would not be able to fulfill our mission of access and affordability.
This north side lot was once a flea market. Now, thanks to JTA's transit-based development plan, it's a much-needed charter school. We'll take you to the opening.
It is truly amazing to look back on what this property was just a short while ago, and then to see this beautiful campus now open.
Some Avondale school kids got to see Jacksonville's transportation future up close and personal. We'll take you to JTA's latest AV Roadshow at Ruth Upson Elementary School to see their reaction.
To have them be the first consumers of this technology so that there's no fear or apprehension, and to expose them so that they become the workers, the future workforce, to work on this new technology. But in order for them to go down that STEM career path, they have to engage with it early.
And we'll show you why a local bridge is so important to one Jacksonville high school student and what JTA did to help.
Yeah, well, I'm so thankful that the JTA has heard my emails and is going to let me do this. It's going to be beautiful. Just the whole bridge purple.
These stories and more are all coming up right now on the Season 14 premiere of Making Moves.
Hello and welcome to the Season 14 premiere of Making Moves. I'm Bill Milnes. Thank you for joining us today. We are coming to you from our new studio at the top of the JRTC here in La Villa. It's been a long time coming, but we are very happy to be here in our new home. So let's get to the news, shall we? And we begin with the launch of the fourth and final leg of the First Coast Flyer, the Orange Line. The launch began in the early morning hours, long before sunrise, with the first Orange Line bus breaking a ceremonial banner at the JRTC bus terminal. Making Moves correspondent Vicki Pierre picks up the story later that day at the official ribbon cutting at the Orange Line's West Side Hub on FSCJ's Kent campus.
With this ribbon cutting, the Jacksonville Transportation Authority marks an important end and a beginning.
Today, we are here to celebrate an important moment in the history of the Jacksonville Transportation Authority.
The ending is in the completion of the largest bus rapid transit system in the Southeast. The beginning is in a new era of giving bus riders direct access to the points and places most important to them. And it's all thanks to the JTA First Coast Flyer Orange Line.
That has and will continue to bring about economic and environmental benefits to the surrounding area while enhancing safety for the riders of the system.
This ceremony at Florida State College at Jacksonville's Kent campus commemorates the launch of the line, a 13-mile route running from Duval to Clay. Traveling from the JRTC into Brooklyn, Riverside, and Avondale, this route includes a stop at the FSCJ Kent campus. It's a stop leaders say enhances student life.
Without these types of opportunities for our students and the riders that utilize our facilities, we would not be able to fulfill our mission of access and affordability. And what JTA has been able to do is provide access through the new routes and affordability.
From FSCJ, the line travels down Blanding along the west side and eventually arriving at the Orange Park Mall.
We're pleased to be here because we believe in partnerships. It's important for us not only as an individual county or municipality, but as a region as well. And certainly look forward to the days ahead as those First Coast Flyer buses are traveling Clay County roads and dropping off and picking up passengers at the Orange Park Mall.
Now, the Orange Line is just one part of JTA's 58-mile BRT or bus rapid transit system. Not only can you expect to see features like onboard Wi-Fi, but you can also expect features resulting in faster and more efficient travel.
That includes traffic signal priority at busy intersections and, as JTA CEO Nat Ford shares, improvements to sidewalks and crosswalks along the way.
With limited stops and frequent service, the Orange Line literally flies through this corridor.
Riders we spoke to say when it comes to easier and faster travel, they can't complain.
I think it'll be a little more quicker for everybody to get to where they need to get to.
And when it's all said and done, leaders say that's what the Orange Line and the rest of the BRT is really all about, prioritizing passengers.
Which clearly demonstrates how JTA stands at the forefront in the transit industry, delivering on its mission and putting its citizens first.
At the JRTC in La Villa, Vicky Pierre, JTA Making Moves.
For more than a year, JTA has been pursuing development opportunities for some of its excess parcels around the city. Much of the land is unused portions of road construction projects that, for the most part, are just sitting, waiting for something to happen. One of those properties was thought by real estate experts to be the most difficult to sell or lease. As it turns out, JTA found the perfect partner to lease the property it owns on Golfair Boulevard, just off I-95 and not far from the Gateway Town Center. What was once a flea market many years ago has been transformed into an institution of learning. JTA joined KIPP as they opened a new charter school at the site, complete with a 40-year lease and its own First Coast Flyer stop.
If you drove along Golfair Boulevard in the north side neighborhood of Brentwood, you might have wondered what was going to happen to this large parcel of land just off Interstate 95. JTA bought the property years ago, knowing it had potential.
It was going to be part of the First Coast Flyer bus rapid transit network when it was going to be built. It would serve as a transit hub. It had good access to I-95. It had all of the right demographics and dynamics with it.
A meeting between JTA CEO Nat Ford and representatives from KIPP Public Charter Schools led to that potential being realized.
This parcel lay dormant for more than 12 years until we activated it as a part of the First Coast Flyer Bus Rapid Transit Green Line. But the board, Mr. Ford, and staff had a vision into the future to make this barren overnight truck stop for parking into a vibrant center of excellence. That married very well with the vision shared with us by Mr. Gary Chartrand, Dan Edelman, and Dr. Jennifer Brown of the KIPP School's growth.
In short order, an agreement was reached and KIPP would lease the JTA property and build a new school here in Brentwood.
I'm absolutely thrilled to partner with Mr. Nat Ford and the Jacksonville Transportation Authority to bring KIPP Voice Academy from concept to reality. We are committed to learning more about the Brentwood neighborhood and contributing to the positive work that's happening here already.
Thanks to the JTA for its partnership with KIPP. The JTA support allowed KIPP to come to this section of the community and begin our journey to be part of the community.
With the opening of this new KIPP school, the once empty lot is now filled with energy, vibrancy, and thoughtful education, something that JTA chairwoman Ari Jolly says will be remembered long after the memory of this ceremony fades.
I guarantee you that today's event and the establishment of the KIPP school here will be another one of those transformative, impactful partnerships, and we should be so very proud of this moment in time.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Another JTA property, this one adjacent to JTA's Kings Avenue parking garage on the South Bank, will soon be developed into a new multifamily housing development. Jacksonville-based developer Corner Lot plans to build 340 market-rate apartments and provide connectivity with direct access to the Kings Avenue Transit Hub and Skyway Station on nearly 4 acres along Montana Avenue. That location is across the street from WJXT Channel 4 and adjacent to the $600 million River's Edge development now under construction. This new development will be called Artia and feature a rooftop observation deck with views of the St. Johns River. JTA and Corner Lot signed a 99-year lease agreement for the property. In a statement, Corner Lot Living co-owner Scott Hobby said, "We are excited and humbled for the opportunity to partner with the JTA to make this vision a reality and to do our part to help the city of Jacksonville and the South Bank reach its potential as a dynamic place to live." The Emerald Trail, the planned 30-mile walking and biking path planned for several downtown and surrounding neighborhoods, recently took a giant step to becoming a reality. Groundwork Jacksonville, the nonprofit group leading the charge for the project, held a groundbreaking in La Villa to kick off the construction. JTA, which agreed to give up $132 million in future local option gas tax funding to help make the trail happen, will now also manage the construction of several sections of the project. JTA CEO Nat Ford represented the authority at the ceremonial groundbreaking.
Up next on Making Moves, a high-ranking federal transportation official made a surprise appearance at JTA's State of the Authority. Find out who and what they had to say about JTA. We'll take you to Ruth Upson Elementary School in Avondale as JTA's Autonomous Vehicle Roadshow makes a tour stop. Then later, we'll tell you why a downtown bridge is so important to a local team and what JTA did about it. It's all next when the Making Moves Season 14 premiere continues.
Roll over. Chance high five. All right.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique.
And your mother and... I am totally a hot person. Right, guys? Thanks for being honest.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org.
I'm Jenny Garth, and as a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. Even though we are one of the most food-rich countries in the world, 15 million children don't know where their next meal is coming from. This is unacceptable, and something the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks is working to solve. Instead of accepting that our country lets billions of pounds of surplus food go to waste every year, Feeding America has made it their mission to help families in need by rescuing this food. Through food pantries and meal programs, the nationwide network of food banks provides more than 3 billion meals, serving virtually every community in the United States, including yours. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank by visiting feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made her college years happen. Opening that education savings account when she was little. Spearheading a campus tour. And another, and another, and another, and another. Bam! Deciphering financial aid. She was like, what? Well, now she's like, you aced planning for college. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
When I never graduated from high school, I realized I wanted to go back to school because I didn't want to work these back-breaking jobs the rest of my life. With the help of my father and having my son, that was all the motivation that I needed to come back to school. I felt accomplished, made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
You're watching Making Moves, the most honored transportation news and information program of its kind in the country.
Welcome back to Making Moves. Each year, JTA CEO Nat Ford updates local officials, stakeholders, and the media at its State of the Authority. This year, due to the pandemic, JTA held the event virtually, but that did not dampen the enthusiasm. The event featured keynote speaker Jacksonville Mayor Lenny Curry and a special surprise guest from Washington, D.C., the head of the Federal Transit Administration, Noria Fernandez. Mayor Curry highlighted the great working relationship between the city and the JTA and specifically mentioned the authority's work in assisting citizens in getting vaccinated against the COVID-19 virus.
Here in Jacksonville, JTA has been an active contributor along members of my administration, closing those gaps and providing access to important services to citizens throughout our community. They've worked with the city and community partners to provide transportation to COVID-19 testing sites, operated mobile vaccine clinics, and have done so much more to respond to the biggest public health crisis of our lifetimes.
While also applauding JTA's efforts during the pandemic, like its Wellness on Wheels initiative, Fernandez also talked about JTA's other mobility projects, like improvements made to the St. Johns River Ferry, in which her agency contributed millions of dollars.
This past April, JTA completed refurbishing its St. Johns Ferry and returned it to passenger service. Well done. In January, JTA upgraded its Jan Rebold Ferry, improving accessibility for people with disabilities and improving safety in the surrounding area and the catwalk. While it may not make headlines, working on the support systems for the ferry and also adding passenger amenities makes a better experience and encourages more people to ride. FTA as a partner contributed nearly $13 million towards these ferry enhancements.
In other news, JTA CEO Nat Ford was named the chair of the Transportation Research Board Executive Committee for 2022. The TRB's mission is to provide leadership in transportation innovation and progress through research and information exchange. Ford will officially take over his new high-level appointment in January at the TRB's annual meeting where more than 14,000 policymakers, administrators, practitioners, researchers, and representatives of government, industry, and academic institutions will all be in attendance. So it's kind of a big deal. And congratulations go out to Mr. Ford. The authority is fairly new to the use of zero-emission electric buses, having only taken delivery of 2 buses earlier this year. So it did what other transit agencies have been doing for years with JTA. They learned from the experts. But these experts were not from here in Florida, California, Ohio, or Texas. No, JTA mechanics and maintenance officials conferred with representatives from 4 European countries to learn more about these unique vehicles. It was all part of a global online workshop with representatives from England, Germany, the Netherlands, and France to compare notes, ask questions, and learn whatever they could to move Jacksonville's electric bus program forward.
It allows us to hear different individuals from different agencies throughout the United States, Canada, and in Europe on what challenges they're faced in implementing the zero emissions into their fleet.
The benefit that I think that we would get out of it is I have a better knowledge and resources that I can go to should I have questions about expanding our fleet here. That was a huge benefit for us.
Young people today are growing up in a world far different than many of us. The world they've come to know as their own is one of technological advancements previous generations couldn't even imagine. So it's no wonder they are not the least bit intimidated by things like autonomous vehicles. Case in point, the recent AV roadshow at Ruth Upson Elementary School, where the kids soaked in all the technology JTA's automation team could give them. Making Moves videographer Carlos Bouvier gives us a look.
How many passengers did he tell you guys his vehicle can hold?
Super exciting time for us at the Jacksonville Transportation Authority, specifically the great work that the Automation and Innovation Division has been doing. Behind me you see a really great experience that we've been able to partner with the Duval County Public School System to expose them to STEM. So what we're doing today is we're showing our partnership and extending our reach out into the community to ensure that STEM activities is within the school system. And to do that, we're providing kind of this overview of disruptive technology through autonomous vehicles and exposure to the school, and we're just super excited to be here in our partnership today.
Students don't often have an opportunity to experience STEM in the community and STEM that's real world.
In 2025, these vehicles are going to be on the road in downtown Jacksonville, Florida.
We're here today at Ruth Upson Elementary. There's approximately 356 students here. We've been able to rotate all of the 5th grade through 2nd grade classes here through this experience. So they have about 15 to 20 minutes at each station so they can experience the different technologies, go hands-on in the STEM vehicle, and learn about the different radar and LiDAR technologies on the autonomous vehicles.
The first goal is the exposure, right? They need to understand that this disruptive technology is coming and they want to be a part of this journey. And we can assist with that in exposing them to this technology early, such as today. And then I think secondly is, workforce of the future. As we look at some of the kind of dynamic ways that we operate public transportation today, we see this as a form of disruption that will cause upskilling in the current labor force. So as these kids at such a young age are getting exposed to this disruptive technology, this really sets them on the forefront on that glide path to understanding that this is really the wave of the future.
Anytime that kids get to come out of school, out of class, they're excited, but this is an excitement that they get that they're actually learning something. They get to get in the vehicles, they get to learn about the new different technologies, and they don't even realize that, hey, they're learning something today, and it's a future for them that they could possibly, career that they could even go into in the future. So it's something that they've never seen before.
We're just really thankful for this partnership with JTA and their Automation and Innovation Division. Without them, this never would have happened. This is all part of that strong partnership to make sure that students experience STEM throughout Duval County. So we're thankful for their support.
Still to come, correspondent Vicki Pierre returns with a story about a teenager, his grandmother, and a downtown bridge. Grab a tissue. You're gonna need it.
Bring it.
Time out, guys. I'm late to dinner. My mom's gonna kill me. Catch you guys later.
Mom wants us home. Okay. Bye, guys.
You guys need a ride?
Sure. Yeah. All right. How about some one-on-one?
I gotta go eat, man. Sorry, I'll see you later.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover their unique mix of all kinds of traits.
Where'd Wiley go? Where's Wiley? Ah, there she is. Paw?
Do you remember being an ancient wolf? Do you ever feel the call of the wild?
You're a renegade cop, and I'm a con woman with nothing to prove. But together, we could really solve this murder.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but all of them are pure love.
Welcome back to Making Moves. There is hardly anything more special than the love of a grandparent. So when a disease like Alzheimer's takes them in its grip and they begin to forget, it can be devastating. And that's exactly what happened to one local teenager. But instead of giving up, Gabe Coleman is fighting back in every way he can, including reaching out to JTA to help him let all of Jacksonville know about this dreaded disease. Here once again is Making Moves correspondent Vicki Pierre.
This is Patricia, and this is her grandson, Gabe.
It's just a lot of love for Grandma. A lot of memories of her coming over at holidays, Thanksgiving.
Patricia has Alzheimer's disease.
My grandma, she has days where she can remember everything back to her childhood in Minnesota, and then there's days where she can't.
This home video was captured last year at the beginning of the pandemic when Gabe couldn't enter the Starling at Nocatee assisted living facility where she lives. Even though the two were separated by a window, the two bridged the distance with thoughtful, loving messages. Now, over a year later, Gabe is looking to use another bridge to send an even bigger message, this time to all of Jacksonville.
The bridge is just another step in that direction of really expanding my reach and how can I raise awareness for Alzheimer's.
It was that desire to raise awareness about the disease, as well as his love for Grandma, that drove the high school sophomore to email the JTA. His request? To ask the authority to light the Acosta Bridge purple in honor of Alzheimer's Awareness Month in November.
I had known that they had lit the bridge up for other things in the past, and it's one of those things where they lit it up for other issues or holidays, and trying to bring Alzheimer's to the forefront of things that the public really addresses, that would be a good step to light up the bridge for that too.
And Gabe is right. Through a state-of-the-art LED lighting system, the JTA periodically lights up the Acosta in a variety of colors, highlighting different awareness campaigns, events, and holidays. For Gabe, getting a yes from JTA has become an important milestone in years of his own personal journey as an advocate. Whether that's been working as a volunteer, participating in walks, fundraising, creating videos with his dad, and more.
This is what Alzheimer's is like for my grandmother, but the memories it erases are often different for the over 5 million Americans who suffer from this disease with no cure. It was crossing the threshold where it's like, wow, if I can get them to light up the bridge for just a week, what can I be doing in a year or 2 years or when I'm not in high school anymore? And it's a satisfying thing to watch the progression keep going from middle school to high school and now the bridge. It's just a great feeling.
For 1 week in November, the Acosta will be lit purple. It's a week Gabe says can truly go the distance in bringing light to an important end goal, finding a cure.
I definitely think that the ultimate goal, however long-term it may be, hopefully not that long-term, but it would be to find a cure and to have nobody ever pass away from Alzheimer's again, because there is no cure right now.
As Gabe works to continue to raise awareness for the disease, he says it will always be his grandma Patricia who remains his biggest motivation, inspiration, and driving force.
What I would say to her is, first of all, Grandma, I love you, and I'm so proud that I get to do this in your honor, in the name of you. You're helping a lot of people out by inspiring me. Hopefully the goal with the bridge is to inspire a lot of people, raise a lot of awareness, so at the end of the day, I want her to be proud in me, be proud of her son, my dad, who's also helped me with this, and just be proud that she's continuing to inspire from Starling.
Something else that's happening in November, along with the lighting of this bridge, is the 2021 Walk to End Alzheimer's. As I'm sure you've probably guessed, Gabe will be participating in honor of his grandmother. You can learn much more by visiting the link at the bottom of your screen. On the South Bank, Vicki Pierre, JTA, Making Moves.
And that wraps up this season 14 premiere of Making Moves. We thank you for joining us, and we hope you'll tune in again soon as we continue to bring you the latest in transportation news, economic development, and all things JTA. If you want to watch any of our shows again or catch up on ones you may have missed, we welcome you to check out our YouTube channel. A direct link to our YouTube page is available at jtafla.com. And before we go, we'd like to send out get well wishes to Pat Lindsay, wife of our friend and longtime correspondent Eugene Lindsay. We're all praying for you. I'm Bill Milnes. For everyone here at Making Moves, thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time, and take care, everybody.